Jump Force Season 2 DLC has been phenomenal. Shoto Todoroki is still tons of fun to play around with in ranked and otherwise. We have some promising new DLC on the horizon, and that's what we're going to discuss today because we've gone beyond My Hero Academia's contribution to Season 2 DLC for Jump Force, but that still remains Bleach, Yuyu Hakusho, Hunter x Hunter, and JoJo's Bizarre Adventures. So that's what we're going to be discussing in today's video, the remaining 4 DLC characters in Jump Force Season 2. But before I do, go ahead and hit that subscribe button, click that notification bell, enable all notifications, and let's get right into it with Bleach. Again, I say this a lot. People are hedging their bets on Kenpachi or Byakuya, and I feel like at some point, most definitely, Byakuya Kuchiki is going to end up in the game, no doubt. But Season 2 is way too soon. And I feel like we have other characters with more interesting and exotic abilities that would contribute to Jump Force far more than Rukia's brother. In enters Nambu. Yes, yes, and more yes. Now I'm pretty sure that all of you know who Nambu is, and she is Dr. Mayuri's daughter from Bleach. So she's an interesting character in the fact that she's Bleach's version of an android, if you will. She's an artificial soul from Bleach. I mean, she is organic. She's a human. She's just an organic human. Thus far being a biological android in Bleach. So, I mean, that alone, I feel like it makes her a viable candidate. Imagine her interaction with Cell. Imagine if we ever got like Android 18 or 17 for Dragon Ball Z in a future season pack DLC for Jump Force. Imagine that interaction. Imagine the interaction with Trunks. He's like, what, you're an android? But from a different type? Like, the interactions alone are why she should be in the game. But let's look at the moveset, because she has a very interesting moveset that everyone would love in Jump Force. So let's look at the abilities here. I mean, number one, she can heal, which I feel like Kurapika has like a commodity or a monopoly on that right now. And I feel like that needs to be taken away. Like, he shouldn't be the only healing type character in the game. And Nambu can canonically heal in Bleach, so why not have her have a healing ability that can be used on herself and to regenerate health, but also be used for her allies as well. Also, we could talk about her hand drill. Now, her hand drill is pretty basic. It's exactly what it sounds like, but in my mind, and what I'm imagining here, it would work like a combo extender. So let's say you hit the drill and you don't hold the button, you get a cancel. And let's say that the opponent is hit with hit stun, and you can continue your combo and they won't be allowed to get out of it. So it'll allow you to break that little 7-hit limit that's in Jump Force currently. Now let's say you do hold the hand drill and you go for the full amount of rotation on that super attack or ability. Well, you get the full damage of it, and instead of being able to combo with it, it would knock your opponent halfway across the map and would set up for an ultimate. Now that's what I have imagined for Nambu. I think that would be big for her. That would give her an automatic ultimate cancel while giving her a combo cancel all in one move. So it doesn't stop there. We have to go with her signature technique, at least one of them, and it is the Soul Slicer. So what Nambu could do with the Soul Slicer is that she could cut off portions of her own soul and use them to attack her enemy with like Spirit Blast. So it's basically like the Spirit, like Yusuke's signature ability from Yu Yu Hakusho. You know what he learned before he met Genkai, which I feel like is funny because it's Genkai's technique, but he learned it before he met her. Anyways, I feel like Nambu having the ability similar to that again would be something that would be really funny to see, like a special interaction with her and Yusuke in the game, but have it as a more powered up variation of that technique, since she's kind of like, well, the way that I would make it mechanically work is that it would be a really powerful technique but it would shave off 10% of Nambu's health. So this would balance her because you got a great ability like the hand drill, a great ability like the healing ability. But let's say Soul Slicer does a huge, insane chunks of damage. The drawback is each time you would use this ability, the Soul Slicer, you would have to use the healing ability because you're shaving off 10% of your health which each time you use it. So it's a great trade-off. You get great power, but you have great responsibility to heal your health bar. Finally, we're going to talk about her signature finishing technique, the Artificial Soul Heavy Circle Cannon. So basically what happens here is that Nambu sacrifices 6% of her soul and she fires it at the target like a huge ball, like it's the Genki Dama from Goku. It's her version of a Genki Dama. I feel like this would be something the community would love, would enjoy. Like, look at all the different bags of tricks I've named with Nambu alone. I haven't even scratched the surface of everything she would be able to do, but I've already comprised a full move set. Let me know what you think in the comment section down below, and I will see your suggestions in a future video. Now let's move on to the next franchise, the next character, coming all the way from Hunter x Hunter, and I feel like you guys all know this character, Netero. Now, everyone's been talking about Mirim joining the game, being the DLC character, but you know, even if he is selected, we must have Netero either now before Mirim or later on after Mirim. So basically Netero, if you've seen him fight, he has a ridiculously overpowered, I'm gonna call it, it's basically a fake Susanoo, but actually what it is a Nan construct ability. It's the 100 type Guanyin statue. I'm not even going to try to say the B word because I've always had trouble saying the B portion of the ability's name. And basically, it's a giant Susanoo. That's exactly what it is. See, Hunter x Hunter think they slick. You're not slick. But anyway, let's get down to these abilities, right? So it's pretty simple with what he would be able to do. It's no projectiles, at least not yet. And it's mostly physical techniques. So let's say first hand would be his first ability, and it would be a basic chop. Now I'm thinking about this being a combo ability but still having a decent level of damage, like your typical physical technique. I don't want him having any like cinematic like rush type techniques. I want everything that he does to be in real time. So first hand would be a standard chop, like the statue would appear behind him, chop, enemy would maybe roll over in like a knockdown state to be prone for more combos. And then we have his second ability, which would be basically another combo ability but would make it to where the opponent would be an upstanding state. Of course, I'm talking about the second hand. So the statue comes in and he literally claps the enemy. Your statue, the Guanyin, the 100 type Guanyin, will clap the enemy. So what I see this being is just like a huge amount of damage being done. Maybe take back the part about being able to be comboed. Like maybe it could work like Madara Susanoo does in the game, like his Susanoo ability technique. I just don't want to get. He deserves to be OP, but I'm trying not to make him OP like he should be. The next ability is just like a might as well. He's already taken from like every other anime, but with this one, he takes away from the JoJo's Bizarre Adventures franchise with his own technique. Muda. We're talking about the 99th hand statue barrage technique, where the statue appears and does 99 hits on the opponent. Yeah, and I would literally have it come in and do 99 hits. That's exactly what we need. We need an over-the-top character like Netero to come into the Jump Force and make it something to be remembered. Finally, we get to his ultimate, and we have to talk about the zero hand ult that he tried to take out Mirim with. I feel like it would work like Gon's ult. Like if you use this ult, it's gonna do I would say bare minimum, it's going to do 50% of whatever target's health and take them out. But if you use this technique, you will be gone. Like Netero will be gone. You will not be able to use Netero for the duration of the match. So if you use it in the first round, you're doing so at a disservice to yourself. This would be a end game. This would be like a checkmate technique. If you catch your opponent slipping, hit him with the zero hand, he's gone. But if you don't, you lose Netero. That's how you balance that technique. You respect the power of it, and that's what I'm going with here. Let me know what you think in the comment section below, and you might see it reflected in a community post or a future video. Now, we have to get to Yuyu Hakusho. Now, I've been watching Yuyu Hakusho, especially recently. I wanted a nostalgia kick, and I rewatched it, and this is a character that deserves, nay, demands to be in Jump Force. Of course, we're talking about the Drunken Fist Master from the Dark Tournament, Chu. Yes, yes, and more yes. Now, if you guys seen this fighter in the Dark Tournament, you would know that Goku and Akira Toriyama ripped off Chu. He is the true master of Ultra Instinct. I don't care what you say. Go look up Chu on YouTube right now. Not right now. Finish the video, but go look up Chu and you tell me that he wasn't the master of Ultra Instinct 20 or 30 years before it even debuted. When did Yu Yu Hakusho come out? 80s, 90s? I don't know, because I wasn't alive like back in the 80s. But like this man comes in and does Ultra Instinct style movements, and it's like legitimate martial arts. That's what I really liked about Yu Yu Hakusho. They did inject a lot of like official martial arts into the anime, but Chu in specific, his moveset in my mind would be so simple. His character effects would be so simple yet complex, and it's all about mastering the character to get the greatest amount of benefit out of the character. So I want this character to actually move around and have the ability from the show. Again, it wouldn't be anything. It's going to be OP, but not unbeatable OP. It's going to be something that makes him good and notable, but it is something that could be feasibly beaten. So hear me out here. So I want him at all times to have the movement, like the sliding, like image effects of Kenshiro combined with Aizen's like movement effects. So this character, if he combos, he's already moving around. It looks like he's dodging. You can't really read what he's doing. Like maybe he is attacking you, maybe he isn't, maybe he's just moving around. You can't really see what this guy's really doing, and you have to be on your toes with him. So let's say he presses triangle I won't say anywhere on the map, maybe mid to semi long range on a map. He could just zip to you without you even noticing, because he can use legit Ultra Instinct and instant transmission in everything that he does. Imagine that. He's just using it to do his combo, similar to what Aizen already does. So if you haven't been clamoring for Aizen to be further nerfed, this should be no problem to you. So it would make him feel authentic to his anime incarnation. And also, we haven't even gotten into the moves yet. So moves. He has his own version of Yusuke's spirit technique in his arsenal. It's called the Ogre Destroyer. And it's a move that's just like the spirit weapon. It's a mix of his like drink energy and demon energy, and it creates like this like red orange ball of destruction that he can just hurl at the enemy. Like it's a pretty good standard range technique, so it would give him something else to do instead of like just flipping around all over the map. He would have a projectile. Also, his ult would be the Ogre Boulder ult. So basically it's a bigger version of the Ogre Destroyer, and it's basically a like supernova size technique where he would throw it at the enemy and obliterate them. Again, this makes him completely authentic to how he was depicted in the show. So other than that, I feel like his awakening would have to be unique, where his skin would turn like that bright, that dark red that it did in the Dark Tournament. That would be his awakening state. But with what I've already given him, I don't like, maybe just the standard damage increase. I don't think that you can really give him anything else after what I've just given him. But let me know what you think in the comment section below. And again, you will see it reflected in a future video, or at the bare minimum, a community post. So finally, we have to get to JoJo's Bizarre Adventures. And of course, I'm going to talk about the character that everyone has been clamoring for. Of course, we got the lovely Lisa. Yes, yes, and more yes. So we have to have more female representation in the game. She is a fan favorite character. She is the ultimate ripple / hormone master. Like, her moveset makes itself. Her combos would all be with the scarf. She would have an evasive technique, maybe like disappearing or moving away from the opponent after twirling her scarf. Maybe she'll hit the opponent with the scarf and have an ability that would like grate them with like hormone energy and do huge amounts of damage. So what I have imagined here for Lisa is maybe give her like a paralyzing technique with the hormone scarf, where she will hit the opponent with it. He'll be stunned and just like sitting there shaking like he's electrified, which will allow her to do a combo technique. So with Lisa, it's not like her whole signature technique is using the scarf. She can use hormone without the scarf, but with the scarf is her signature technique. So her ult, I would have to leave it up to Spike. I would have to see what they would be able to do. I want the best cinematic ult possible, and I feel like with right now with what I'm going with, I don't think I would be able to pull that off. But if you have any suggestions, again, put it down in the comment section of this video and you will see it reflected in a future video. So of course, those have all been my selections for the Jump Force Season 2 DLC characters that are remaining for this season of Jump Force DLC. Of course, being from Yuyu Hakusho, Hunter x Hunter, JoJo's Bizarre Adventure, and Bleach. If you have any suggestions that you would like to have seen in a video, go ahead and leave them in the community post or the comment section of this video, and you will see them reflected in the future. Of course, I've been your perfect being and the #1 anime gaming, Dragon Ball Xenoverse, and Jump Force channel on YouTube. The qualities in the name of self-perfection. And I will see you guys in the next video. Peace.